welcome everyone to race B of Goodwood for the SCD Michelin Championships. Got another great race lined up for you today. Another group of members that will be taking part in a number of cars. Feel free to leave us some comments while you're watching. I'll try and keep track of them if we can. So the competitors are just having a quick practice session. Been practicing since 2 o'clock officially. Some started much earlier. We will be bringing a 5-minute qualifying session on in just a few minutes. Some of them are not using any more time, sat in the pits waiting. So we're back out on track again. Probably got the people from yesterday's race that are watching. They'll be finding out who they'll be racing against in next week's final at Le Mans. Nice selection of cars on here again. Some interesting paint jobs. That's Rob in the Eye Valley Hurricane. Bit of a mishmash. I did offer to do a better wrap than that, but I decided to go with it. I guess it's interesting. Really nice Michelin livery. On the Kart 27 Cayman. Nigel has been doing some nice lap times. Definitely one of the competitors for the win today, along with Rob behind him in the Hurricane. Tom's now out putting in some practice sessions in the Aston. Got a few Renaults taking part today. This is Ben, this is one of them. Nice stealthy livery. Oh, bit of a wiggle there from Paul. If his wife Sandy's watching, she'll be no doubt shouting at him by now. Another one of the Renaults on track, driven by Aaron from Nottingham. Again, been putting in some consistent times this morning in practice. On the raggedy edge. Just a few more minutes until we're going to start the qualifying session. Someone's just having a slight technical issue with some internet, so he'll be on very soon. As soon as we are, we'll be going straight into qualifying. So we are now going to go for our qualifying session. We have 5 minutes. Just make sure everyone's on track. Qualifying is go. So it'll be interesting. Looks like there's some tussling going off already. We're not aware we're not in the race yet. G's been putting in some really quick times. There's a good possibility he'll be on the front row of the grid. Normally a Porsche driver as a member of SCD, but he's decided to opt for a little Audi TT in this race rather than the Cayman. Here's another favourite for up the front. This is Rob in the Huracan. Leathers has gone for a nice minty fresh looking Porsche Cayman livery. And there's overtakes already and we're only in qualifying. This is going to make for a really interesting race today. Joel has been having some starting problems in the other Huracan. We're hoping that he's going to make it off the grid, but that's what you get if you do use dial-up network with a 1990s modem. pushing a little bit too hard in this qualifying session. Like Aaron's using a bit of that slipstreaming to get a good time in. Start having a look and see where people are. There's people starting to come across the line. The first laps. Paul is currently quickest in the Scirocco. Aaron's just set a quick one in the Renault. OG's just gone fastest of all in the first sector. Seems to be on a bit of a flyer. End of the line, is he going to go quickest? Getting a toe off of Paul, coming up to the line, and he has a 1:15.7 from G-Funk. Let's see how Rob does. Oh, I think Rob must have made a mistake on this lap. He's well off the pace on this one. Oh, and there's a bit of a slide there. He's definitely pushing too hard. Crossed the line just in time to make it for another lap. Let's hope he gets a bit better time on this next one. Fifth place for Nethers. Caymans are out together. I think a lot of cases it's good to get that slipstream, it does get your times down. Good job Nigel in the car, 27 car. Might improve on his time. He's just improved by 7 seconds from his previous time, so that's definitely going to be a good sign. Is it going to move him up? It's good out of the last corner. He's got that slipstream from Chris. And he goes third. Now he's coming out for one last lap. Can he improve on 7th? He improved on his own time. Ben coming round now. I think that's it. So we've got G in first and Rob in the BT Anonymous car. He's actually improved. Aaron third. Now we're going to move on to the race. This is your lineup. And they're off. And it's a non-start for Joel in the Huracan. He's not been able to get off the line. Let's see if everyone makes it through turn 1. Oh, there's some contact between Rob and Aaron. G's dropped down to 3rd. Struggling to get off the mark there. But he's in on Aaron's slipstream, and I think he will be challenging for that 2nd place very soon. Rob seems to be going very much on the defensive. Oh, Aaron has a look and he's flashing his lights. He wants to get past, but he runs wide. Lets G through, and he's lost another space as well. No, he's managed to hang on to 3rd. Nigel in the Cayman's looking to get past, putting Aaron under pressure. G's having a look now. He's challenging for that 1st spot. Oh, the side-by-side. Aaron makes a mistake just behind. He's so really, really close, and Rob runs wide out of the last turn, giving G a chance to get past. He's now in the lead. Oh, there's a good battle on here for 3rd place between Aaron and Nigel. Oh, the Cayman's on the grass and he nudges Aaron. Both managing to keep it on. This is some really close racing. Aaron seems to have dropped back, playing it safe. Paul's now catching up with the pack. All this challenging, it's slowing them down, giving the rest of the pack a chance to catch up. G's in front, but he's not pulling away from Rob. That Huracan's sticking with him. But as we found out in the race yesterday with Paul driving the Huracan, that car can be quite twitchy. He's still really, really close to 6/10. And Aaron's going, he's challenging for 3rd. Oh, the switch sides of the track. Aaron keeping it on. Lots of places being switched here between these two, and lots of paint as well. Paul's now bearing down on this pair. Aaron's flashing the lights again. He wants to get back past. Lots of slipstreaming going off. Constantly on the look here. Is he going to challenge again? Seems to be quicker out of the last few bends. Ooh, just 2/10 between them. Oh, Nigel runs wide in the Cayman. Aaron manages to make it past. And Paul's having a look now. He's catching up. Oh, Rob's made a mistake. In the Huracan, he's dropped back. This has given a big lead to G. He's now racing off. He's got 5 seconds advantage over Aaron, who's been held up with the battle with Nigel in the car 27 car. No doubt going to be trying to make his way back up through the pack. Oh, and another twitch. That Huracan has a fantastic advantage when you're getting off the grid, but it's just that little bit too twitchy. Oh, and there's another battle going off. Battle for 6th place. We've got 3 people competing for 6th, 2 Caymans and the Renault. Dropping back slightly now from this. Sure he'll catch up again, and there might be another challenge there. Meanwhile, G out front. He's set fastest lap of the race, 1:15. Oh, and there's another mistake from car 27 car. Not quite sure what happened there. Oh, Rob's coming in for a challenge, catching up with Paul in the Scirocco. Must be quite intimidating seeing that in your rearview mirror. And I'm not just talking about the fact it's a Huracan, it's that paint job. Oh! There was contact! Rob's made it past. Doing a cracking job in the Scirocco. Had to give way to the faster Huracan there. Is he going to go on the hunt for Aaron now? There's 4.8 seconds between them. But that gap is coming down. Can hear the tyre squeals then from Rob. He's definitely pushing. Is this going to leave Rob open to a challenge from the Cayman that seems to be catching him? He's just taken another half a second out of him. Time's coming down quick. Lovely livery on that Porsche. Michelin logos. All cars are of course running Michelin tyres on this. He's catching quite quickly. Is he going to make it past on the start finish straight? Is he going to wait and do a safer manoeuvre? Turn 1 is not the place to try and get past. I've seen lots of people end up in the wall during practice sessions, practice starts. He's catching, but he's just struggling to find a way past. Paul flashing his lights. That could be down to him being on a controller. Oh, there's contact. And the Cayman drops back. Battle for 6th again. Nethers seems to have got past Ben in the other Renault. We've got two Caymans challenging each other. Chris has just set his best sector in an attempt to try and get away from the other Porsche. Getting really close now onto the start finish straight. Cars are perfectly matched. Is this going to allow a chance to get past? Not quite close enough just yet. Might be near enough to get a tow at this point. Oh, he's really getting there. Really close. This battle's still going on. Got the other Cayman. Got 3 Caymans in 5th, 6th and 7th now. Oh, he's having a look down the inside of Paul in the Scirocco. Not quite got it on this occasion, but let's see who gets a run out. Oh, Paul runs wide. That's given the Cayman a chance to get past. It's amazing how just a tiny little mistake will just drag you back. After this back to 6th. Chris and Nethers. Nethers seems to have dropped back, might have made a mistake. Chris has set another fastest time. Another personal best. Seems to be doing the trick. He's pulling out now, getting closer to 2 seconds gap. Oh, and there's a spin. Spin for Nethers. Pushing too hard, trying to keep up with Chris. It looks like he's run wide. No? No, he's it looks like he might have touched the grass on the inside of turn 1. It's an interesting place to go off. Here we have your race leader, who will be coming up to lap Ben in the Renault very soon. Get past cleanly. Blue flag should be out now for Ben. Might have got a good run on him on this next section. Just past half distance. Renault touches the grass. Ben runs wide, making it quite easy. So these are all club members that are taking part. Obviously we're not able to get out and drive in supercars, so we've been driving together in a virtual world. Currently looking at your race leader, which is G, who's also set the fastest lap, driving the Audi TT. Usually drives a 911 GTS. Claims to be quite a Gran Turismo Meister back in the day. Not quite sure which one, might have even been back on the old PS1. And then moved his way up to drive real supercars, all the way to coming back to driving again on Gran Turismo. I think his early days of practice are paying off quite well though. He's pulled out a 14-second lead. Holding in second here is Aaron in the McGann. Running a nice steady race. All inconsistency. He's coming up on the black Renault to lap him. That Huracan behind. The iValet car is 5 seconds off. Should be interesting to see if he catches up. We are coming up now to the period where people will be looking at making a pit stop. It'll be interesting to see who makes that stop first. All the cars have started on soft Michelin tyres, and they will be changing over to the mediums for the second part of the race. Softs are obviously quicker, so a lot of people will be hoping to pit as late as possible to get the most benefit out. Ooh, Aaron puts a wheel on the grass while he's passing Ben, and he's made it past. Comes on the chase, dropped back another half a second. A few mistakes earlier on in in the race for Rob. That seems to have put him back in the Eye Valley Hurricane. Strange, this guy is usually a Porsche man, but decided to go for a Lamborghini. Or a proper supercar for the race. Sorry to all you Porsche fans that I'm just upset by saying that. Coming up on Ben. Looks like he's going to take a steady line past. Hopefully no mistakes here. That's a scary place to try and make an overtake. His medic stick, bit of contact there. Although the back marker should really have given way. I think he did pull over to the left, but I think sometimes that understeer. Front wheel drive car, it can just send you out. That overtake has cost Rob in the Eye Valley Hurricane quite a distance. He's lost another 2 seconds on Aaron. Having a nice comfortable second place. Also means he's lost some time to Nigel here in the other Cayman, who's now coming up to lap. Ooh! Nigel here sticking to his roots, usually a Porsche man from Cheshire, the posh part of the north. Gets past quite easily, which means he's maintained that 4.6 gap to Rob. So there's quite a good chance that he might actually close that gap and we might see some racing between them. Looks like Aaron might have made a bit of a mistake. Rob's just taken a second out of him on that last lap. And we've got our first pit. Race leader into the pits. He's got a 16-second lead. Let's see if he can make it out in front of Aaron. It's a quick stop onto mediums. Aaron now in the pits as well. Looks like lap 14 is the one for everybody to pit. Not for all. Cayman goes for another lap. As does the Hurricane. So these are managing to eke out that fuel and get another lap on them softs. Ooh, two Caymans there having a battle. Still at it. They've been at it this entire race. Constantly having a tussle. It's quite a busy part of the circuit this now. We've got lots of, we've got a race between these two Caymans about to be lapped by another Cayman. Let's see if this affects the grid. Others might be able to get a tow. He's got the blue flags out telling him he's got a frontline car. Oh, Chris runs wide. He's spun it. That leaves Nevis to get past. And they're both into the pits at the same time. Falls out again. I'm not sure if he's pitted or not yet. I've just seen G out front. He's actually posted an even quicker time. He's now gone on 1:49. Cayman's back out. Surely Rob's going to pit on this lap. The Eye Valley Hurricane. Currently just 5.7 seconds off the race leader, but he hasn't pitted yet. that time is coming down, which shows the difference between the softs and mediums. Does he come in? He's managed to pull out a 13-second lead on Aaron. Let's see if pit stop strategy works on the Huracan. Watching Aaron now, he's coming around on the start-finish straight. Oh, he makes a mistake. This is going to be close. And he makes it out. Rob makes it out, just in front, but Aaron's got that place back. Wow, that extra lap on the soft seems to have really worked for Rob in the Huracan. He's just overtaken Aaron yet again. Close racing here. Is he going to be able to pull away in the Huracan? Wow, so Rob managed to close in a 7-second lead just on that one extra lap. It must have been making up some extra time anyway. This might turn into a bit of a fight, and we've also got the Kart 27 Cayman catching this pack. He's just 2 seconds off the back of Aaron. And across the line, there's now just 3 laps remaining. I've just found out Aaron might have shortly fueled his car. He might not have enough to actually make it to the end of the race. So it's quite possible he's running a lower fuel mixture, which, as a Kart 27 car has now just come past, is very likely. Aaron's now dropped down to 4th from 2nd. No doubt Aaron's running a leaner fuel mixture now in an effort to make sure he gets to the end of the race. Doesn't want to have to pit again. That's just going to cost him far too much time. He has currently got a 22-second lead over 5th place, which is Paul in the Scirocco. Keeping in that slipstream. This will be interesting end to the race. 2 laps remaining. I'm not sure if Aaron has got enough fuel to actually make it to the end. Let's see if he can eke that out and get across the line. He's extended his lead over Paul. He's now got 25 seconds in front. So he could afford to turn his fuel mixture down. See how he gets on. He seems to still be pushing quite hard. He's not letting that Cayman get away from him. Oh! And the Cayman spun! The Cayman spun! That's given Aaron a chance to pull out a bit of a lead. He's now back up into 3rd. And he's got a 12-second lap. We're just over 1 lap away. G now on his final lap of the race. Aaron's got a 10-second gap to 1st. The Cayman closing that gap really quickly. Even if the Megane is on a really lean fuel mixture, you must surely be to be losing so much time. Will the 27 car catch up? Ooh, mistake there. And across the line goes the winner. We have G, who leads by a massive gap of 22 seconds. Nice clean race, incident free. Them younger years of Gran Turismo seem to have paid off. Rob in the I-Valet car coming across the line to take second. Hour and 11 seconds behind. Fault-free race. Might have kept that second place. And that's the end of the Goodwood Michelin Supercar Driver Race B. The top 6 from this race and the top 6 from yesterday's race will be going through to the final, which you can join us for next Saturday, same sort of time at Le Mans. We'll be in Group 3 cars and looking forward to some really tight action. There will also be the runners-up race for those that didn't qualify in the top 6 of each race. I think this is just going to be a fantastic race series. We're going to keep these coming. We've got some more planned, so do keep tuning into them, and it saves us from going out and driving on the roads, managing to keep that thirst for driving going. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next week at Le Mans.